Welcome back to another video. Throughout today's video, we're going to be touching on Upwork and why I generally believe this is a great platform if you're just getting started in the agency space and you're looking to sign on your first few clients. This is a platform that I used to use quite a few years back. I don't really use it in my agency anymore. It's kind of a platform that you want to use, to get from 0 to 5k a month, or it may be 10k a month, whatever it may be, whatever your goal might be at the very beginning. But this platform is amazing for just attracting your first few clients in and just getting the ball rolling really with your agency. To this day, I don't use Upwork anymore just because the kind of clientele that I do go after, they're a bit more upper tier. Upwork's amazing for just trying to find some clients, averaging maybe, let's say, £700 to £2,000 per month. That's kind of average base that I found from using Upwork. And in today's video, I want to give you a brief overview and dive deep into what you can be doing with Upwork and how you can actually sign clients off the back end of it. So the reason why I love Upwork is because it's very different to doing email outreach, DM outreach. Again, the clients, the prospects that you're going after, they are literally posting on the platform. So they're literally going out of their way to post and find marketers like yourself, to find agencies like yourself looking to provide a service, whether that's paid advertising, whether that's email marketing, content creation, whatever it may be. They're literally going out of their way to actually post for that. So instead of you just chasing a load of brands trying to pitch your services, they're literally pitching you. They're creating a job post. As you can see here, I haven't been on Upwork in a long time, but as I just logged into my Upwork, the first thing I see when I come onto the main profile feed is a job post about an hour ago, looking to run some ads for our webinar geared towards authors and writers, Facebook or YouTube's platform. As you can see here, this person on Upwork, they're from the US. They've spent over £600,000 on Upwork alone. So they're a pretty damn big client, because on Upwork, the thing with Upwork is, fortunately for us, a lot of marketers and agencies, you end up actually messaging and pitching your proposals to these people on Upwork, but then you actually end up hiring them outside of Upwork just because they take a fee, and you're just going to end up losing out. So if I'm charging someone £1,000 per month, Upwork will be taking a fee. They're like the middleman, and they're taking a fee for obviously connecting each other. They are the middleman for connecting each other together. So really, really important that you understand that. You don't have to sign clients through the Upwork platform. You can take them outside of Upwork and sign them elsewhere. But the thing is, a lot of it comes down to trust and authority. If you've got a profile with no reviews, you've got a profile that the content doesn't look good enough, you haven't built up that trust with the prospect, you're going to really struggle to sign them outside of the platform. So that's one thing to bear in mind. When I first started Upwork, I've actually signed quite a few clients from Upwork. And looking back, I did start my agency over 7 years ago now, but looking at all the clients that I have, I've worked with tons of clients. There's actually one client I'm still working with today. I'm pretty sure I signed them around 5 years ago, and I'm still working with them today, and they actually came off the back end of Upwork, and they're a pretty big client. So that's quite crazy to think about. But today I just want to dive deep into how to sign your first few clients using Upwork, especially for new agency owners, and what you can be doing, what you should be doing to work on your profile, and where to go when you're on the platform. So as I mentioned, Upwork is a platform where businesses are going out of their way to post on here looking for particular freelancers. It's kind of like Fiverr, but I do think Upwork's a lot more advanced than Fiverr, just because you get better quality leads, you get better quality businesses posting on there. And again, the freelancers on this platform, you do get a lot of agencies and a lot of high qualified freelancers. We don't sell our services cheap. A lot of these prospects, a lot of these business owners understand that, and it's just about filtering down and how to find the right, find the right job post. So that's what I'm going to show you now. As you can see, when we're in Upwork, it's really important as well, just to note, you need to get yourself set up with a freelancer account. So as you can see here I am, a little old picture of me when I was younger. As you can see, it states freelancer. I don't want you to set up an agency account. So what you don't want is an agency account. And what you definitely don't want is an account where you're basically the business. So you want a freelancer account. That's what you're going to be setting up, because you're not going to be the company. We're going to be a freelancer in a way of it just says freelancer, but we are an agency at the end of the day. But again, you're going to be pitching yourself as a freelancer. People want to work with people. They don't want to work with businesses. So you want to have a nice profile picture. You want to have your name all set up, and you're going to set up your profile really nicely. So that's why I'm going to quickly show you now what to look out for when you're setting up your profile. As soon as you come onto Upwork, you can actually change this to talent, and I'm going to just search social media market. Oh, don't know why capital's going on. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm actually going to find top rated social media marketers on the platform already. So as you can see here, they've got a ton of filters on the side here. Realistically, I want to be going after freelancers, not agencies. So I'm just going to put in freelancers, and I want to be going after top rated plus and top rated. So I want to be after the people that are earning the most on Upwork. As you can see here, the first one that pops up, 40k plus earned, but he's based in South Africa. I am actually going to advance my search. Wait, where is it? Haven't been on here. Oh, there we go. Talent location. We're going to go, I want to find people who are also in the UK. So I want to find other freelancers that are on the UK. You can even add in the United States. All I want to be doing is going after, I don't really want to be going after third world countries. So it's just really important you choose a location that, wherever you're from. If you're from the UK, from the US, I would just suggest using that location and seeing what other people in your industry are doing. So as you can see, this lady here, Mandy, 60,000 plus earned, click on their profiles, go take a scroll, go look at the kind of content they're posting, what they're including in their post. As you can see, she's laid it out really nicely. It's pretty damn long, but she's laid it out really nicely, got some cool content. Again, she's even got project review, like she's even got some projects, so she's made some videos of some of her projects. She's got employment history, all these kind of things you can add in, obviously within reason. If you do have some of these, again, I'm sure if you've never worked with a client before, you can't really add in anything, but sometimes if you're working in a particular industry, and I say this all the time to like content creators, it doesn't matter if you haven't worked with a client, I'm sure you can come up with like an example, especially same with email marketing. You could easily take a well-known brand and take some screenshots of what they're currently doing with their email marketing. You can sort of redesign it in your own style and show some before and afters, just so you can showcase your work without actually having worked with a client. It's a great way of getting bypast that when you've never worked with clients. With ads, same kind of thing. People ask me all the time, Matty, how on earth do I sign clients in the ad space if I've never worked with a client? It's a bit more difficult, but what you can do is just set up draft campaigns and just showcase to brands what you could do. And the same thing is you could take some famous brands, a big brand out there, and you could sort of show before and after. This is what their current ads are, and this is what I do differently. And you could sort of showcase that on some sort of document and attach it into your Upwork profile. So that's something you could definitely look into. Again, just look at the layouts of some of these people's profiles. Look, this person here, Joshua from the US, 100,000 plus earned. You must be doing well. Take some, I'm not going to go through this now because I'm trying to make this a quick video for YouTube today. But, just take some quick advice from what he's doing, what he's adding in. Again, just a quick tip, try personalize it. I don't want your first line being, hey, my name is Matthew. I am the director of Social Optimum. I've been running my marketing agency for so-and-so. Literally just talk about yourself. In my situation, it would be, hey, I'm Matty. I'm a digital marketer. I've been working with brands all over the world for the last 7 years now. Something along those lines. Again, if you haven't got that same experience, you haven't got that same history, doesn't matter. But my point is, talk about yourself. Don't say you run an agency. Don't talk about your agency. Talk about yourself and the services that you provide. So take some tips from some of these people. Again, it's just a great way of just getting an idea of the kind of standard that you want. Also, I've seen quite a few people do this. I know a lot of marketers that have done this before, where you can actually create like a fake job post. You can create another account and you can create a fake job post for a friend. So you actually get a friend to set up a job post, and you end up basically pitching your services to them, and you two just sort out a transaction back and forth, where basically they can leave you a nice review, and that way you can start building up your reviews and your testimonials on Upwork. So it's kind of a cheap method, but it does work well. I know a lot of people that do that as well on Fiverr, and it's just the easy way of getting, you're obviously going to have to lose out on the fees, but that being said, I'd rather lose out on the fees and have a load of testimonials and reviews, and that's something I would do if I was getting Upwork started again. In my situation, I actually ended up, if I just show you my profile, I haven't actually been on it in a while, but let me jump onto my profile if it loads. All right, there we go. Let me check out. Not too sure where it's gone. I don't know why I can't access my profile. Anyways, let me get to it. All right, there we go. So as you can see, they've added in quite a few new areas that you can add into your website, like into your profile. I haven't been on to it for a while, but you can add in, your employment history, any certifications you got. If you've gone through some sort of marketing degree, you've got a marketing certificate, definitely recommend adding that in. If you do have an education, add that in as well. Portfolio, right now, if I was to dive back into Upwork, I'd make a load of case studies, examples of work that we've done. I would make some videos. But let me just dive into my profile just so you can see it. I don't know why it wasn't loading before. All right, cool. So as you can see, I never ever, this is one thing that I want to mention, just so you can see that you're probably wondering why are you giving us advice on Upwork if you've only worked with one person, you've only earned $200. So with Upwork, you can actually hire clients, or like I mentioned earlier on, I always try hire clients outside of Upwork. So I always try work with them outside of Upwork because, you're just going to lose out on the fees. As you can see here, I did end up signing one client on Upwork, but again, jobs in progress. So this was back in 2022. I'm pretty sure I worked with them, did a few calls, but then again, I took them outside of Upwork and I've been charging them on a monthly basis ever since. But that being said, I worked with quite a few clients outside of Upwork and it's pretty straightforward. Let me jump into my messages of some old messages with some prospects and also just show you some proposals really. So as you can see here, I sent over my proposal, pitched my proposal to someone's job post. They go back to me, hi Matt, good to hear from you, that sounds great. Do you have any availability for a call later this afternoon or tomorrow? So I literally just took them outside of Upwork, took them on the Zoom call, and basically got them all signed up. So it's pretty nice. It's a great way of just getting in front of clients without having to use Upwork. Again, this person here, I sent over my proposal. Hyde was interested, and this is a client I actually worked with for a while. They were like a gym franchise, personal training franchise, and it worked out really well, to be honest. And so yeah, this was signed also outside of Upwork. So there's quite a few clients I did sign outside of Upwork. This was back in 2022, so this was a while back. And to be honest, let me dive into like some of my proposals just so you can get an idea actually. Maybe if I view details, it will have the original job post. Oh, brilliant. Job details. Oh, perfect. Okay, so let's dive into it. As you can see, he's running out his job post. So this is what I would have seen at the time. It says, we're a small personal training franchise company helping people be fitter and healthier from their homes through in-person and online one-to-one fitness training and healthy eating. Skip to it. So as you can see, they basically want a cost-effective and repeatable social media campaign that leads to new inquiries for each trainer in the first 3 months of them being part of our team. So this client, I remember how it worked. They had quite a few different personal trainers working around the UK, and they, as you can see, it was a sort of franchise basis, and it wasn't really like they wouldn't take money directly on the client sales they make. Instead, they were rather like they were charging each personal trainer, so it was like a franchise, and they would stay with them on a monthly basis. So as you can see here, he was willing to put in a total ad spend of £500 per trainer. Realistically, he was hoping to yield at least 5 to 10 new paying clients from that spend. Minimum client purchase is just under £300. So other than that, a small amount of previous Facebook advertising with very little fruit. We don't have much experience. However, quick learners and understand the value of holistic marketing and are good to work with. So to appreciate someone like-minded to help. So this was Hyde. Hyde was the owner. And if I jump back into my messages, you should be able to see my proposal. Hey Hyde, being very into fitness myself, I'd love to help you out with this project. I'm based in London and I work with UK-based companies on the marketing, specifically paid social media advertising. I've helped many companies and individuals generate leads in a similar situation as to what you're after. So I'll definitely be able to help you out with this. I even made a spelling mistake. That's not very good. So I'm surprised they even got back to me in this proposal. Again, I added in, feel free to have a browse through my website. I realistically wouldn't add in a website if you're at a website that's not up to scratch, because I see so many marketers nowadays, they go through these courses and they've got a simple landing page, and it's just everything looks copy pasted nowadays. So unless you've got a really good website, you've invested quite a bit of money into your website, just don't bother adding in a website. And then, as you can see, I said I would love to jump on a call and understand more about your company, what your company does. Let me know when you're free. I look forward to hearing back from you. Hi, thanks. Again, I'm not trying to be too salesy. I'm literally just saying I would love to jump on a call and understand more about your business. I'm not trying to say like I would love to jump on a call and pitch you my services. I literally just want to understand what the company does, and that's how I go about all my sales calls. I'm very relaxed. I'm fortunate enough to obviously have the results to back myself, but I'm very calm and relaxed, and I go into these calls wanting to know more about the business. I don't go into these calls desperate for his business. I literally just want to understand whether he's generally going to be a right fit for working with us. So that's sort of how I pitch it. Again, don't copy this script. This is something that worked 2 years ago. Things change now. You just need to be open-minded about it. I would suggest, though, it's really important when you are going through, like if I go through, okay, let's go back to Upwork now. So I'm just going to show you what it's like to find job posts. So let's search social media advertising for my sake, because obviously that's what my agency specializes in. So, posted 53 seconds ago. Experienced media buyer for a jewelry and customizable gift brand, Google and Facebook. I'm looking for an experienced media buyer to join our team to help with a new store. Our store is successfully already on Etsy, so we know that there is a demand for our products, and we're now just starting our Shopify store. We need someone who can do both Google and Facebook. So this is how it looks on the job posts. As you can see, it also mentions how many proposals they had. So I would always suggest I always suggest clicking the filters here, less than 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15. Don't go for a job post out of 15 to 20 or 20 to 50. You're just going to end up being outworked. So this would be a great one. Realistically, if I was clicking on this, I want to sort of reword what they've put into the job post. So regurgitate. So I would realistically, from what they've said, I would then sort of regurgitate that into my proposal. And I think that's something really important that you need to understand with the job post that people make on here. You get an understanding straight away from their tonality, from how they speak, and you just need to regurgitate that into your job proposal. Again, and that's how you're going to get in front of these people. And don't worry, because you're going to come across a lot of brands. Especially when I signed these brands back in, this was years ago now, a lot of them didn't even have reviews. Again, if you're coming onto this platform, you probably don't have a review yourself. A lot of these brands don't have reviews. So don't stress. Don't worry about it. Like, it doesn't matter if they've got no reviews. It doesn't matter if it says they've spent zero amount. A lot of brands just come onto Upwork wanting to find a freelancer pretty quickly. So they've never actually used it before. So don't worry. Obviously, it's a bonus if you see a brand like this where they've spent over 3K already. They've got some 5-star reviews. Yes, obviously it helps. But, it's not the end of the world. For me, it's just really important looking through them. And just to give you an idea, you should be scanning quickly. You shouldn't be wasting your time. As you can see here, I'm not too sure, but there is a chance, because experienced media buyer, there is a chance this could be an agency looking for a media buyer to help with a brand. So I try to stay away from agencies. I wouldn't suggest ever, writing a proposal for an agency looking for a media buyer, or if you see a post like that. But, again, this one would be a good one. Marketing from app. We're seeking a talented and experienced social media marketing specialist to join our team on a freelance basis. This would be a great proposal. They've only got 5 to 10 proposals. They posted 18 minutes ago. They spent 30,000 already. They're from the US. And what you need to understand is most brands on here, again, they probably pay people through Upwork, but a lot of the people they do pay is outside of Upwork. So if they spend over $30,000 on Upwork alone, they've got budget behind their brand. They're willing to invest. Again, doesn't matter if you come across brands that have literally spent nothing and have 0 reviews. My profile literally has no, we don't really have any reviews. Looks like we've done nothing. But then again, I've been able to sign clients off the back end of it. It all comes down to your proposal, all comes down to your pitch, really, at the end of the day. So you should be going through this really quickly. You shouldn't be wasting time on each one. Sometimes I do actually go back, I try to go back as far back as possible. So I would recommend going as far back as possible and just going to the back page and sort of working your way back from there. And especially if you're finding proposals with less than 5. If you're finding, like, this would be a great one, social media marketing expert. We're an e-store and a third-party platform dedicated to jewelry. So again, just trying to find nice little jobs. Like, again, these people are literally actively posting, looking for marketers, looking for agencies. So I think it's one of the best platforms out there just for getting your first few clients on. Couldn't recommend it anymore for just getting started out. So utilize this, make the most of it. And obviously, like anything, everything comes down to your profile, everything comes down to your pitch. Don't expect just to send out copy pasted scripts. You're not going to get anywhere, especially with Upwork. They receive proposals all the time. And again, how Upwork works is you can actually bid. So let me actually show you an example. Alright, we'll just click on this one for the sake of it. So when I'm applying, I just want to show you an example. I'm not actually going to go through all of it now. When I'm applying, it will tell you how many connects this requires. So Upwork's free. By the way, Upwork's free. You can get yourself set up with a profile on Upwork for free, but you only get given a certain amount of connects when you just get started. So you can actually buy connects. The more connects you have, the better, because then obviously you can basically send in your proposals to as many job posts as you want. Certain posts have like a requirement, so like a minimum amount of connects that you can use. As you can see on this job post, it requires 16 connects. Luckily, I have over 130. And what I would do is obviously I can add in my proposal. Again, they sometimes put in the client's budget. I would never suggest just adding in $60 per hour right now if the client's budget says 25. Just add in 20 or something. Like, once you get them on a call, so you can pitch them, and it's a lot easier to upsell someone. But just to begin with, like, if the client's budget literally says this, I would suggest sticking with something in between. And then obviously cover letter. This is where you can obviously write up your cover letter, add in attachments. I highly suggest, if you've got any documents, if you're trying to do this on a personalized level, you could easily make a document for them. You could easily sketch something up. This is something that I am going to be teaching in my school community. As some of you know, I do have a paid school community with lots of like-minded agency owners, and I'm sharing a lot of videos in there just on my past 7 years experience of running my agency, with just some of my systems and strategies behind, whether it's signing clients, whether it's delivering results for clients. So that's something that I'm quickly going to pitch you on. You don't have to join it, but if you are an agency owner watching this video now, definitely very useful, because I've learned quite a lot over the last 7 years of building my agency, and damn, it's been a roller coaster ride. So hopefully you can take some value from that as well. But that being said, as you can see, you can bid. Basically, how it works is you're outbidding other people. Right now, this job post luckily hasn't really had any bids, but you can actually outbid people. I used to really enjoy this because I would get a bit carried away. If I found a job post I liked, I'd end up buying more credits. But obviously, if you're just getting started out, the reason I love Upwork is because it's free and they send you more connects. Like, as you start sending out proposals to job posts, eventually there'll be days where you run out of connects. You can obviously either buy, or you can literally just wait, and a day later Upwork will email you saying, "Oh, surprise, we've gifted you 30 connects," or whatever it may be. So obviously check that out. Highly recommend getting yourself on Upwork and start sending as many proposals as possible, because this is just a great way to get your first few clients in. Again, it's just job post after job post. I always suggest filtering it down as well. So once you search, as you can see, let's just go search social media. As I search social media and job posts, you can actually filter it down, so you only go for job posts in the UK, or you only go for job posts in the US, whatever it may be. Because again, a lot of these brands will actually also filter it down on their side, so they can have specific requirements where only freelancers from the UK can apply, or only freelancers from the US can apply, wherever it may be. And the thing about Upwork is it's very legit. They actually ask you to apply. To get yourself verified, you actually have to provide a passport, etc. So you do have to show where you're from. I know there are ways around it. I'm pretty sure you have to be over 18 as well. I know lots of marketers, when they started young, there's so many ways around it. You can buy Upwork accounts, whatever it may be. So there are ways around it, but if you are from the UK and US, that is a bonus. If from Europe as well, doesn't matter where you're from, but that is obviously a bonus, just obviously being outside of a third world country, because The problem is I've had a few guys who've reached out to me who, they might be from India or somewhere, and nothing against people from India. Like, I've worked with plenty of freelancers from India who are very highly skilled, but again, as a brand owner in the UK or the US, unfortunately, they just want to work with someone that's either from the UK or US or from Europe. Like, they don't really want to go to someone in India or someone overseas. So that's the only problem you're going to have if you're from one of these places. But what you can do is, I've seen so many people do it, you literally just buy Upwork accounts, so you can look into that. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. It was a pretty quick one. I just wanted to give you a quick overview of Upwork. It's been very useful to me when I first started my agency. I was able to jump on quite a few calls, a few sales calls, and I closed a few deals outside of Upwork from this. So, if you're watching to the end, I hope you took some value from it. Please, please, please comment below on my YouTube channel, any videos you want to see, any questions you have on this video in particular. And, if you are really committed to scaling up your agency, as I mentioned, I do have my school community, which I will link below, called Agency Booster. It is very beneficial for anyone just getting started in the agency space. So, as always, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thank you.